With Wimbledon over, we're back on the hardcourt, and we're going to Canada in a little bit of time, about a week's time from now, and it's a two-event this time. It's a 10-0-0 event for the men and the women. Let's go a look at who's not playing though, because some big names have pulled out. So, there was no withdrawals on the men's side yet. But on the women's side, there are some big names that have pulled out. Starting with Paula Badosa, she's out for the foreseeable future because of injury. Ons Jabeur taking a hiatus from tennis, so we're not sure when she's coming back. Hardcourt's also pulled out. And Sabalenka has also pulled out because of fatigue. Of course, she's played so much tennis over the last couple of months, making the finals and semifinals of Grand Slams over the last couple of months as well. So she's also not playing. So, some big names there that are not going to be playing. One of the biggest events going into the US Open. There you have it. Some big names not playing in the biggest 10-0-0 event before the US Open, or one of the biggest ones. Of course, Cincinnati straight after that. And they're both two events this year. So, they've been extended, or at least they're 12-day events. I think that's how they phrase them now. So, we'll see whether or not they actually can be good, because of course sometimes these 2-week Masters aren't as good as we hope, and some players don't play because of fatigue. Such as Qinwen, who's not going to be playing the first one around. But so there it is, the first withdrawals from Canada, and we'll wait and see what happens in a week's time. Tennis news update. Key withdrawals from 2025 Canadian Open as hardcourt season begins. With Wimbledon in the rearview mirror, the tennis world shifts focus to the hardcourt season, and all eyes are on the upcoming Canadian Open, a WTA 1000 and ATP Masters 1000 event kicking off in just a week. This year, both the men's and women's tournaments have been extended to 12-day events, aligning with the trend of expanded 2-week Masters tournaments. However, the women's field has already been hit with significant withdrawals, raising questions about the impact on this crucial US Open tune-up. While the men's side has yet to report any withdrawals, the women's draw is missing several marquee names. Paula Badosa, a former champion, is sidelined for the foreseeable future due to a persistent back injury, a blow to fans hoping to see her defend her 2024 title. Ons Jabeur, known for her dynamic play, is taking an indefinite hiatus from tennis, leaving her return date uncertain. Qinwen Zheng is also out after undergoing arthroscopic elbow surgery, with no clear timeline for recovery. Perhaps the most notable absence is world number 1 Aryna Sabalenka, who has withdrawn citing fatigue after a grueling 2025 season that saw her reach 2 Grand Slam finals, Australian Open and French Open, and a Wimbledon semifinal, playing 56 matches and securing 3 titles. The Canadian Open, one of the biggest WTA 1000 events leading into the US Open, will feel the absence of these stars. Sabalenka's withdrawal, in particular, is significant as she was a quarter-finalist last year and is preparing to defend her US Open title. The extended 12-day format, mirrored by the subsequent Cincinnati Open, August 7th to 18th, 2025, aims to provide a grander stage but has sparked debate. Some argue the longer schedules dilute match quality and contribute to player fatigue, a factor Sabalenka herself cited. As the hardcourt swing progresses, the Cincinnati Open follows immediately after Canada, also as a 12-day WTA 1000 and ATP Masters 1000 event. With players like Sabalenka opting for rest, the focus will be on how the remaining field, including rising stars and returning veterans, capitalizes on these opportunities. The absence of top names could open the door for surprises, much like Amanda Anisimovan's run to the Wimbledon final this year. Stay tuned for updates as the Canadian Open begins next week, setting the stage for an intense lead-up to the US Open. Note: some names in the original query, e.g., Paula Badosa, Ons Jabeur, Hardcourt, Sabalenka, Qinwen, seem to be misspellings or unclear references. Based on context and available data, I've interpreted them as Paula Badosa, Ons Jabeur, Qinwen Zheng, Aryna Sabalenka, and an unclear reference, possibly Iga Swiatek or another player, respectively. If you meant different players, please clarify for a more precise update.